So the dangerous theory about the NGO trying to polarize the United States into like emotional hostage take, like radicalize, like this kind of thing, is that they're going to target people when they are surrounded by a lot of their adoring fans. They want the same, recreate the same hysteria that Kennedy, of people watching someone's like, head explode or something. And um I can't really relate to the people that were alive during Kennedy, but if it happens again, just like on that transhumanist wheel that comes back around, it's not going to be less difficult for our society than it was for theirs. And with we're inundated, so it's like instead of like grainy image, it's like you're there. So the danger is like, it seems to be when like you're with kindred spirits, like then that's when then you get shot or something. Like when you're cooking with gas, when you're using a social media platform that started like they try to pull the string on your sweater when you're rising. They try to scratch you when you're rising. So I don't want to like tell you my favorite rapper. I don't want to tell you what favorite podcast or who I think is going to be the president in 10 years. I don't want to. I keep those things close to my cuff now. Like I'm going to start, at least if I haven't up until now, keeping that stuff under my cuff link. Like keep that shit concealed. Like don't just tell people who you think is going to be the next big anything. It'd be like Draco the Ruler at something like, it was so weird, like I was like, oh, this guy's talented. He seems like he's gonna be around like for a minute because he has invented his own style, that's that. Then I mean, it could have been in motion before I ever know about something, but it seems like when I find out about it, it starts to culminate. So there's the danger of conflating, not conflation, like recession. They give us form-fitted terminology that takes care of the problem of elucidating and like eloquating and explaining things, and you might have an ability to express yourself that would make people jealous, but instead you have to depend on like weasel flim-flam language words. If you saw the evolution of the English language, because evolution exists. If you think about neuroplasticity, we're evolving things, science tools, technology, we're evolving business models, we're evolving like useful things all the time. Utilities, we evolve like all the time, but genetically on the macrocosm, it could look more like entropy than evolution. So there again, when you try to go deep into anything, people will try to summarize it. They try to solve the mystery, and then there's a fault, and they go into the blaming gaming land. Like they go into finger pointing and stuff. Then there's always a problem. You would think that there would be like, you see what I'm saying? There's always going to be a problem to fill in where you no longer where you drop out of the discipline, part of the tedious nature of data retrieval, like the things that's not sexy. You drop out, and behold like an unconceivable, unimaginable problem issue thingy. Like it's not going to be without a thingy. There's something drops in right there. Did you notice that? Because it's not quit. What is quit? Especially when you're talking about a utility, like something like that everybody uses has to become like a human right thing, like I mean, it's a privilege to use my software, but once everybody's using my software, at some point in time, it becomes everybody's right to be able to use my software. So sometimes when there's like a technocratic NGO or something, like there's a new technology that they'll like be very enthusiastic about it, and at the same time a little bit scared. We're like a little bit worried because this could be at some point in time, you know, is dangerous as much as it helps us. So we already understand that, but it's because they want to retain a monopoly, maybe, because if you can be the arbiter and regulate mitigate the danger of a technology falling into the wrong hands, since it could be used for good or evil purposes, we never have a problem really until you take away that utility from certain particular individuals, you know, like we're saying that like you can't use it because this or that, opinions, or you have mental illness or this or that, or like even mentally ill people should be allowed to have a gun, just not lunatics, right? Like when you get into lunacy, that's when you start talking about taking it away from them. But the lunatics are talking about, you got to what was the last thing that we have to do? They always try to issue some kind of order that we have to take actions. Listen, and it's an impossible mission, like an impossible task or something. I can't remember right now.